Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Marvel's Midnight Suns. My name is Wilfred. So in this episode, I would like to commentate on a hard mission that I've tried. It's my first attempt. And to showcase a little bit on the combat side of the game, is pre-recorded as well as edited as well. So to give you the kind of a crux of the how this game works really. Now I'm bringing in Blake as well as Nico with me, and this is hard mission, so I'm facing a lot of elite. The cards being dealt, so I need to take a look at all these cards that's being randomly dealt to me, and one of the enemy is holding a red card. Till today I don't quite understand how this red card kind of like react in this game, but I think there's a detonation if I don't kind of like get the red card from one of the enemy. So my priority is to really kill off that guy that hold the red card. That will be my priority. But then, you know, look, there's also a lot of elites around, and I was trying to find out like what they are doing. So I'm starting with zero heroism, which you can see on the right bottom left of the right bottom side of the screen. You can see that is zero, so that ability I can't do. So first thing first, I am you know, using some of this ability card to get up my my heroism, and then there are also some of this ability card whereby I could KO the target and knock off to another target for another KO, so it's double KO there. So it's doing pretty okay. At least I've done something there. I still need to retrieve the red card, so I'm using my heroism and pull the big huge stuff on top as an environmental head, so to the enemies. So, and I'm bringing in Nico for some of this ability to debuff the enemy. I think looking back, I should have debuffed the enemy first before I do the environmental attack. That would have been a better kind of thing to do. And also because I've positioned Nico in the middle of all this enemy, I think later on you'll see it wasn't really a wise thing to do. Now with heroism, I can leave the object to kind of damage the enemy around as well. So that's what I'm intending to do. Now this is after my turn, it will be the enemy's turn. So they will be taking turn to attack my heroes. As you can see, because Nicole is right in the middle of all these enemies, and she's getting a lot of hits as well. And unfortunately, I've been like kind of like, you know, getting all these heroes close together, so they do a bit of knockoff here and there. So something that I learned, should do a different kind of like strategy next time. And the other enemy there, which they know that I'm targeting, perhaps is also getting frenzy and so on. You'll see a frenzy in just a bit. So now Nico is doing a bit of blood magic again. I think I did it a little bit wrong. She have done it a little bit differently perhaps. And now with my hunter, I can heal Nico as well. So I healed her up, get 2 heroism points. But yeah, I mean that card that I dealt with Nico was a little bit wasted because it kind of like put some of the card to 0 cost. Now with Blake, then, you know, I knocked out another enemy, so at least one less enemy to deal with. And without reinforcement in this map, it kind of like helpful to just eliminate the weakest first. I've got the red card, so with the red card I can retrieve the items. Still today I'm not quite sure what it does. Perhaps it gives me the artifact at the end of the game. Perhaps those reward. Now so that really the end of the turn. I can redraw, I can move, and I could also like vote towards the target and sort of like, because I've got heroism, so I can use the environment to attack this particular guy to knock it to the back of it, and yep, there you go. Just climb over and kind of like hit it. So so the guy is just a little bit of damage, not really a lot. So as you can see, this is going to be a long battle. Now then it is the enemy's turn. They target my hunter. And again, Nicole is right in the middle of it, so she got slowed, and then after that got stunned as well. And then another kind of like hit on, maybe kind of buff the frenzy. Frenzy, as you can see, whenever my hero does something, they'll attack me. Now I've got a combat item, which is to cure a hero. This caused me to, of course, you know, to craft as well. So I'm using the card to free Nico, because a lot of cards are on Nico, so she need to be awake to do something. I can do a stun, so that is something that I could curse enemy to stun and so on. Which I did, which I think the timing wise also a little bit wrong, because as you can see later on that guy actually came out from the stun due to some kind of AoE that I've done, but you will see later on just a bit. But then, you know, I can also use a swarm there, and this is a pretty cool magic that Nico is using. But I think in that there's a relate to, I don't know why the other guy is kind of like hooked up as well from the stun, maybe just because he's frenzy, so whenever basically just not something I can do anyway. Then I can do a double swarm and just kill off that target. So I think at least one less elite to deal with. So now it's just a couple more to go. There's a knocked out. The enemy disappeared from the screen, and basically I've done quite a fair bit. Just move some object to again chip off the enemy's defense. There is a pretty big shield. So that's the end of it. I couldn't get the environmental kind of thing, the big crane on top, the cargo to drop onto the that particular enemy, because I didn't have enough heroism, but it is what it is. Again, it's a heal, so I noticed that, oh no, this specialist has a heal. So as for any game, you always try to kill off the healer, so that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Now, the hunter has a very interesting kind of like ability called Deadly Ground. It basically create extra 2 environmental kind of like a hazard, and those will detonate, and also remove the daze as well. So that is a pretty cool thing, but it requires the enemy to be near the detonation area to work. So it's a bit of positioning there. Nico is going to do another ability there, and blood magic onto Hunter, which I think it was a mistake. I should have just blood magic onto Nico herself so as to counter this particular frenzy attack. So again, lesson learned there maybe. This is a whip that I can whip it into a detonation that I just done. So I whip this guy onto a detonation there. So it's a double kind of like, it has a triple kind of double kind of like attack there, because the detonation does another kind of a damage as well. Then and another part is that I could go over there and do the vault as well. So just to push the box onto him and just knock him into another object to kill him off. So you can see a skull flashing there, so the guy will die as well. So that is done. At least I believe it was a specialist that keep healing the enemies. So that's cool. But Nico got knocked out. So heroes won't die in this game, which is kind of very special, unlike XCOM. So it's just a knocked out. Knockout need revive. Revive require heroism as well. I don't have enough, so I can't revive. But I could accumulate heroism with some card like this one here. Wild Strike is a really big attack. I can instant kill something like this one here. And I've got enough heroism to revive Nico. There you go. So she got up. Still a little bit worried about her because her health seems a little bit low. I don't really play Nico that much. So immediately she got attacked. I mean, the AI is pretty smart. I mean, they target the weakest of them. So I redraw the card. But unfortunately, all these cards are pretty bad. So this round is there's nothing much I can do but to buff Blade. So next time he does attack, it will be bleed. So that is it. But of course, immediately he got attacked and become dazed. Can't do much again. So unfortunately, he can't do anything here. So it was quite a bad turn for Blade. Sorry. So another round comes. Then blood for blood. This time around, I applied to myself, I believe. I try to redraw as well, but I come back with I think whip is alright. Whip is alright. So I'm gonna whip the guy, which two options: whip it to the electricity, stun him, or whip it to the object to really have a big damage onto him. So I decided to just damage the guy as much as I can. So there's 45 attack onto the guy. So you know, just a little bit more. I use Nico to kill him off. So now it's really 3 heroes against 1 very strong elite in the end. So yep, that is done. Now looking back, should I have taken down the elite first? I'm not quite sure, but you know, maybe I'll do another kind of like retrospect another time. But now this Blade apply bleed as well because he's buffed himself previous turn with the bleed card. Now Nico got knocked out another time, and now she's having a injury. I believe it's quite a bad injury, so she'll be out for at least 2 days. Now, last bit, I applied mark to any enemy that's bleed, so I marked the guy there, so he's being marked, and Nico got back up. I'm not quite sure how she did it. I thought she got knocked out. But anyway, then I've got Guiding Strike, a new card, and so on. Then, you know, I can empower, Nico empower, so that all cards, all heroes cards are free of charge to perform. So Blade can do a stick onto this guy, the final guy there, and that will be a heal on the Blade as well. So that stick, thanks to Nico, which can't remove the cost of the card, which I believe it was quite high. Again, he's been dazed, so it's not really that great, because when he's dazed, he missed opportunity to deploy a card. I could use Nico to apply counter on myself, which kind of learned from the last kind of like initial part of the combat. So that is done. Another end turn is really a lot of turns. Now, there's probably one last round here. He got up, and there'll be kind of like more card to deal with, and there's a hero card as well, which, because Blade and Hunters are friends, so combined they are really strong. So now he buffed himself to apply more bleed, so that is a hero combo card. He can't kill the enemy instantaneously, and exhaust as well, so I don't want to do that. So basically I just make sure that he got damage and then got a hero card. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Pretty exciting to see the final hero card, so enjoy the rest of it. Drop me any question that you may have, happy to answer that. See you next time. Goodbye.
It's my turn.
We've done it. Excellent work.